What's up, dudes? I hope you can see me. It's dark in here. It's been pretty rainy and cloudy for the last month, I think. It's been a while. I've had like 1 or 2 warm days where I was able to get out and do a bunch of stuff, and the rest of it has been cold and rainy. Guys, we're on our way to do a job. Where are we going? Probably not even any welding involved. You guys remember the moving truck that I did a while back? I fixed the top of it with some fiberglass and Type-On 3 wood glue, and that worked till the guys hit it again on a tree limb or something. So then I fixed it with resin, actual resin and fiberglass and aluminum. I went back and did that. I don't know if you guys saw that one. But then, since then, I've gone and fixed a bunch of stuff for him. He had a lamp post, big tall thing that broke, and I resined it together and put some powder on it. Like, I think it's titanium powder or some shit I used. I can't remember. And then I fixed a hole in his floor with resin. So he used to send me pictures, but he didn't send me pictures this time. And he needed it done pretty quickly. He says there's a hole in the floor now. I don't know where or which truck. He's got a couple trucks. And then one of the doors isn't working, I guess. And something else, some kind of triangle shaped thing. I don't know what I'm walking into. He thinks I'm Mr. Fix-It. I guess I'm Mr. Fix-It. I don't know. But we are headed over there, man. It's real early. It's Sunday. It's usually the only time, like sometimes on Sunday he'll be able to have, or on the weekend if he's not super busy, because a lot of people have have you moving them then. So who knows? Anyway, guys, it's a dreary day. I've been taking a lot of vitamin D because that's what you got to do around here. In Florida, you get used to the sun, man. It's just everywhere, coming in every window. You've just got a shit ton of vitamin D. And then it rains like this for a few weeks. Everybody's in a bad mood, because everybody's used to the sun. So I take a lot of vitamin D to kind of try to counteract that when it's like this. When it's not, I don't, because I get plenty of vitamin D from the copious amounts of sunshine. It's also like 58 degrees today, so basically freezing. Freezing, guys. Oh shit, we're about to pass the old Sears building where I put up that door. Yeah, you guys didn't get to see the outside of it. Let's see if I can get you a good shot of it. There it is, way over there. See that old... Oh, I did get in my way. Yeah. I don't know if you can see back there. That old building back there behind me. It's old school old school architecture and shit. I mean, it's a pretty cool place. I liked it. It's cool on the inside, huge. I think they're going to turn it into like a rental place where you rent space, either something like that. I don't know. There's like one of a few things that I've heard. It's going to be apartments, or it's going to be big bays that they rent out, or it's just going to be a place to rent to park your shit, or like a storage unit. So I'm not really sure which one it is. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'll see you when I get there. I don't know what I'm walking into, which is fine usually when it comes to steel, because, I mean, if somebody built it, then there's usually a way to get to it and fucking cut it and, weld it back. But when it comes to just other stuff that I don't even know, it's kind of nerve-wracking. But, you know me, I just kind of look at it like I've got the skills to pay the bills. I got the confidence to take on anything that comes my way. Guys, I wanted to tell you something else, too. I went and handed out cards the other day. I realized I hadn't handed out any cards since the first job you saw me do at the warehouse place, where I made the bottom plate out of 1/4 inch, bolted it down, anchored it down to the floor, put the gussets in, the big beam, right, or pole, or whatever. I hadn't handed out any cards since before that. So every job you've seen has been, I had another 2 jobs from that place, like 3 or 4 jobs from a lawn place, a couple other things, and then this guy called me and I realized, I hadn't handed out any cards. So I went out Friday and handed out cards. I have 2 potential jobs and then 1 full-on job that's going to pay pretty good, actually, and I'll show you what that is when it happens, but I handed out 5 cards. My goal is get a job or hand out 30 cards, right? I don't want to fucking hand out 30 cards, guys. So I'm trying to get a job. So what I did was I went out and within 5 cards, I had 2 potentials, which one was a pallet jack that I'd already welded up, but they had a different one mess up, so I'll probably be going back to do that. The guy that I talked to worked with wasn't there. They were just moving into another building, and I just happened to be handing them out some cards at that building. You know what I'm saying? So it worked out. And then what was the other one? Oh, some guy bought a muffler kit, so he wanted me to weld that on, possibly under what did he say it was? I can't remember what he said it was. A Tundra or something? Armada, maybe. I can't remember. Either way, he might have me do that, he said. And then the other one was to cut a lift kit off the bottom of a box truck and refabricate a bumper. So I think I pretty much got that job. Damn, man, I might turn on the vent. It's coming in cold in here. I might turn the heat up a little bit. What? So yeah, man. Whew. The good thing is it's Sunday morning, so nobody's out on the road really. So you got pretty much a pick of any lane you want. Usually this area is just fucking car to car to car to car, right? Just shitty. Sorry I'm not so upbeat, guys. Damn, this fucking rainy weather, man, it just keep you kind of gloomy. You got to take that vitamin D though. Starting to feel pumped up. All right, so we'll be there probably about 20 minutes, and then it's still cold in here, and then we'll go from there. We'll go from there, guys. I'm gonna show you what I've got to do. Dude will probably just, you know, hang out for a minute and then leave me to it. That's what he normally does. That's what most people normally do. That's what I like. You know, people will come out and watch you while you're fixing stuff up, and maybe before you start grinding, while you're setting up and shit. But usually by the time you start grinding, they're done with it. Anyway, I'll see you guys there. Guys, what's up? We are here. We're at a storage place where they park their trucks. I got 2 trucks to work on, a smaller one and a bigger one. I'll show you when I get up on it what we need to do. I wanted to show you real quick. Guys, do you ever order something from Amazon or eBay or somewhere, and you don't really look at the size because the picture kind of fools you and makes you think it's, you know, bigger than what it is, and then when you get it, you're like, China got me. You know, it's kind of your fault, so it's like, oh, buddy, you got me, you mother... Right? You can't be mad at them because you didn't read to the bottom where it said, hey, this is this is the size. You just kind of like picture it, right? Well, this is what they did to me. They did the opposite this time. Look at this fucking water bottle. Jesus. Holy cow. This thing is a gallon, guys. A gallon. Look. I mean, I got a big head, but this motherfucker's bigger than my head. What is this, a lantern? Oh, I can't see out here. What's going on? What are you young buggers doing? Look at that shit. Oh my God, dude. I thought it was like maybe half that size, honestly. I didn't even read it. The guy at the gym had one. I was like, oh, that's awesome. It's some kind of one from the vitamin shop. It was like $100. He said he got it on sale for $17. They were sold out because once they went on sale. You know, when you could sell something for $17, it was never worth $100 to begin with. That's the way I look at it, if you can cut it down that much. Anyway, I went online, quickly looked. Oh, cool. It was sitting beside some cups. That's why I was like, oh, cool. It's you know, that's perfect. And then I get it, and it's like a gallon. And the cups were in it because it was so big. Anyway, so I'm going to drink out of it. It's got a little nipple. I don't even have to turn it up. So I'm here. Let me show you what I got to do. Ooh, and guys, it's freezing too. It's like 53 or 54. That's crazy for Florida. Of course, I've known some people. Look at this guy. It's just drab. All right, first thing I got to do. He wants this little triangle piece resecured on there, which is no big deal. I just got to climb up there and do it. I didn't bring my ladder, but I'll just back the truck up to it. You know, there's a space here available. So he wants that secured, so we're going to do that first because he's not here yet, and then we're going to get up in the trucks and see what he needs to be done. Here, let me show you guys. I think you saw where I installed this big box right here. This is the first job I did for him. I installed this box, which I just basically welded. Let me see if it's open. Cool, it's open. Right, he wanted us do all this. So I basically just, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's changing. Hold on, jeez. All right, so I welded some bolts onto the bottom of the frame and bolted this thing in there. And I just put some kind of like leather strapping underneath it that I had, or some rubber strapping underneath it that I had left, so it wouldn't scratch up the aluminum so much when I was bolting it down. And then I bolted one in the middle. So yeah, this is about I guess a year ago that I did this. Maybe, I don't know. You guys have to look. Maybe it's on the videos. I can't even remember that part. I remember I was up and underneath there and welding on some galvanized and didn't realize I had my didn't have my respirator on. It made me sick. Yeah, guys, I didn't want to bring the trailer today because I kind of didn't know what it was what all he wanted. Like I said in the first video. Forward, man, starts right up sometimes. So I'm just gonna, is it in drive? I'm just gonna back my tailgate up there and stand on that and bolt that thing in. So that's what's going down. Let's see if I can get in there real close. All right, I'm gonna have to put the phone down for this. You guys want to hear me cuss? I'm pretty good at backing up, man. You know what's actually, look, I'll talk to you while I'm backing up. You know what's actually the hardest thing? Here we go. There's a good spot. You know what's actually the hardest thing to back up for me? Is that little bitty damn welding trailer I got. Just because it's so small. It's like hard to see. I can't see. By the time you see it in the mirrors, it seems like it's already fucking out of whack. You know what I mean? It's already not straight. Let's see if I can get it close enough. I think I'm going to have to get a little closer. Maybe even kiss the truck a little. Just a kiss. Oh, goddamn, it was almost a kiss. All right, I think I can get up there. Got to be able to still get out the back door too, you know. All right, I think I'm up there on it, boys. Whew. Let me see. We're good. Yeah, I didn't know if anything needed to be welded, which I've never done any welding for this guy except for those 3 bolts on the bottom over there. Everything else, I'm going to show you. I fixed a hole in one truck. He's got a hole in that truck again, I guess, or somewhere else in here. So I brought some resin. I don't know how good it's going to do. I might have to find some dirt somewhere or something to put in it. I think I brought some titanium powder with me. We might have to use that. And then he said something else. Oh, one of the doors is messed up. So we'll see what we can do about that. May have to run to the damn hardware store or something. Hopefully I brought a bunch of stuff with me. And we're going to see if I got enough space here. See if I can set this up where you guys can see. Yeah, boy. What are we doing? Getting that Bauer bag. Oh, yeah. I hope this is the spirit zip gauge. You guys remember the tabs the guy gave me for the Sears job? Look, I used maybe half. Man, he gave me like up to there. So I used probably one up to that line. So I got plenty of those left over, and that'll be perfect. Perfect size. Perfect size for that little triangle. Okay? So let's get that. Break out the old Bauer. Now, alright guys, let's see what kind of, this is my little Bosch kit. I've had this for a long time. I think I got it from my father-in-law. I've had it for a long ass time. It just has some regular bits and then some oh yeah! Whatever those are called. I see you looking. I hear you knocking. Yeah, it worked. You can still see the tape around a little bit. It's a little bit smaller, but man, you can't ask for looks. Look at all that stuff that was on it before I got here. I didn't put any of that crap on it, that black stuff. They were trying to seal it up with something behind it or something. I don't know. It's good to go now. It ain't going nowhere. All right, he should be here soon. Let's see if we can figure out what else he needs. All right, guys, the moving truck is open, right? And he's got an issue with this right here, where this part was loose, right? You can see it needs to go in there. The screws are gone. They just kind of push it up and lock it. And I tried to put taps in when he was here, and he said, man, those holes are out. So normally something like that, like if you got a hole at home, like say your door hinge at home is loose or something, you can put toothpicks in there and some wood glue and it'll work. But today I don't have any toothpicks, so I tore the tips off of this plastic fork, put those in there, and then I'm gonna dip a little resin. I got a little resin mixed up on a lid over here. I don't have a lot but mixed up because I'm not gonna need a lot for this little thing. So I'm gonna put some resin on it, put some resin on the taps, just coat it in there, and then put some resin on the outside, and then just put resin, like basically just kind of coat that whole area. And I'll show you. You can see I'm putting it all up in there, just caking it in that part, right? Take a little bit more. Oh, just caking it on right there. And I'm just gonna take all of that and just spread it around that whole area, so it'll keep it on there. I don't know what you're seeing, but that entire, I'll show you when I'm done. I'm basically wiping all that off that lid, if you can see, and just caking it in that whole area. All right, guys, let me show you here. You can see I have put resin all over that. Hopefully you can see it, right? And then I'm gonna seal it in. Let me set you back down here. Oh yeah. Didn't want to go past that plastic. Gotta pull the bit out to the very end. All right. So guys, now it's in there. Let's see how much clearance we got with those. All right. Oh, let's see. Do we have clearance? Do we have clearance? Yeah. But we're gonna leave the pressure off of it for right now, and I'm gonna leave it hanging open so I remember to close it when I come back over here. All right, let's get our stuff out of here. We fixed that problem. Bed's a mess. All right, so now just keeping tabs. We have fixed that problem up there, that problem right there. Now let's go look at the other problem. All right, guys, we're coming up on the moving truck. Here is the one problem. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fix, but I'll sure screw it in and glue it in. So put some resin on that too. Why not? All right. Then there's some rivets at the top of his truck that he thinks some water's leaking in. Kind of like these, but a little bit bigger on the side. And I'm going to put resin over those. Then he has a couple, let me get up in here. A couple things right here. Let me turn the light on. Okay, so this, he wants me to put the thing back in there and see if I can fix that. Yay. I don't even know how that one popped out. Probably because this one over here is busted open. You can see where, you know, I did some fixing before. I don't know what I put on there, but it held for a long time. That wood's rotted. So I may be able to build something with resin, man, but I don't know. But there's a hole also in the floor that he wants me to fix up with some resin here. And you can see that's all the way through to the outside. Now I fixed up 3 places. Here's one hole that I fixed before. And this one was just like that when it went all the way through to the other side, and I used resin. I'll show you the resin I'm going to use. Luckily, he had it left over. I have some over there, some hobby resin. But this stuff is hard as a rock. I mean, I'll show you what I used, but I mean, that was a hole all the way through, just like that other one. This one was almost all the way through. And then there's one back here that was all the way through. I put leaves and stuff in there because you're not going to see it after, man. Once you sand it, it's just going to look like part of the wood, kind of. I mean, you wouldn't have really noticed it. Just looks like a wet spot. But, so I'm definitely going to be able to fix this. That ain't no problem. And I'll show you how I fixed the other one, what resin I used. Here's the resin I used. And I got it from right here in Fiberglass, Florida. It's right down the road, actually, from here. Epoxy Systems, general purpose epoxy resin, mixed ratio 2:1. Epoxy Tech. This is just epoxy resin, general purpose hardener. It's a medium hardener, which means, like if you use fast hardener, like today's cold, so it's going to take it forever to set up with a medium hardener. You would want a fast hardener. It takes like 15 minutes with a fast hardener, if that, 10 minutes. That's kind of what you want, really, in a situation like this. But I picked up the medium when it was hot, because it gives me a little more time. You're looking at 30-45 minutes before it sets up. Now, and you got to be careful too, because if you mix it up in a big cup, like Dixie cups I use a lot of times, if you leave it in there too long, it'll start smoking. If you throw that stuff away, it can catch on fire. So be careful. That stuff's real hard. And then let me show you how I fixed this one. If you look under there, you can see where I taped up around all that wood. I screwed it up in there and then taped around it so the resin couldn't get out. Now this has all been tore off since, and I mean there's resin on the other side of that piece of wood right there. Well, I just put 2 pieces of wood. Whoa, where'd you go? Put 2 pieces of wood. There's one, and there's one on the other side of that. So that's what I'm going to do on this other one. Tape it up, pour some resin in there. I'm probably going to put some styrofoam up in there to hold, and then screw the wood to that, because that styrofoam will seal it better. So I'm going to get something to drink and then get started on this truck. I'm going to do this hole first because it's the most important, man. I got a ladder to do some small stuff around the sides and just things here and there, but the most important thing is that hole right there and this door. And we're going to work on that next. I'm going to bring all my shit over here because I think I got everything on that other truck. We got that fixed, so we don't need anything else on that for now. So we are good. So I'm going to go over here and get my truck. He's parked in 2 different spots. There's one spot back there, and he's parked up here. So we'll see if I got something to pee in, because they never have restrooms in these storage units. I don't want to have to drive down the street. So I'm sure I got an old Gatorade bottle somewhere, boys. You know how it is. Get out here on the road, man. You got to do what you can. It's easier to pour out a bottle of stuff that looks like Gatorade than it is to stand and pee in public. So always remember that. You know, they make lemon Gatorade, guys, believe it or not. That's what I used to do, actually, when I worked at a moving company. We keep the Gatorade bottle idea was mine, but we keep the Gatorade bottles around and then just throw them in the trash. But we just get in the back of the truck, pissed, man. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. We got hand sanitizer. You guys ain't gonna watch me do this, okay? I draw the line somewhere. Y'all know what you're thinking. What if you have to take a shit, man? I don't. I do that in the mornings. So check this out, man. I was sitting here talking to the camera, just going on and on and on and on. I don't even know how much of that you got, and the damn thing wasn't even recording. I didn't even realize it wasn't in red. I get to talking and don't even pay attention to what's going on around me. So anyway, what I was saying is there's a trailer over here. Just got a jack, like a car jack under it, because they don't have a trailer jack. So what I'm gonna do is go over here and leave them a card. Looks like they might need it. You never know, man. Lawns by Parv. You think I'm joking? What does that say right there? What does that say? Lawns by Parv. P-A-R-V. That's a cool name, man. I don't know why I like it, but I do. It's a cool name. Parv. Parv. It's gotta be French, right? Let's get over here and do this resin stuff. Alright, so I brought some shit. for this resin job. I didn't know what I was running into, so I just brought some pieces of wood that I can put under there. That one's too big. Right. Oh, this one's perfect, man. I found this one. Look, that one's perfect. Perfect little piece to go under there. My best thought is to bring this styrofoam. This is what I built skimboards out of. This old styrofoam from Lowe's. Look, it still has the name on it. It's pretty dense. So there's that. I brought some sandpaper or some sanding shit and stuff. I probably won't have to sand, but we shall see, homie. We shall see. All right, guys, check it out. I have shoved some shop towels in different areas. You can see some through there a little bit. Now, what that's going to do is help you out. Anything you can do to block it from dripping or going up into other areas, it'll soak up into that paper towel or that shop towel, and it's kind of a dense towel, so what it'll do is soak up that resin, and it'll kind of sit there and hold it as a barrier to keep it from going any further that way or that way, and then it'll just kind of sit there, and the styrofoam will be pushed up against. I'll show you. All right, guys, check it out. I got a little mixture going here. Now this is resin, the two resins I showed you, the hardener, and then I mixed in some dirt to kind of mix in with the wood. Got the dirt over here off the ground. All right, let me show you what's underneath here. What we got going on. All right, so that's the styrofoam I showed you. I just got it screwed up there. When I get done and it hardens, I'm gonna take my screws back. But that's just to kind of hold it up in there and seal it a little bit. And then the dirt will help it look like wood, and then also help it from running out everywhere. And that's what I got these paper towels in there lining the inside. They obviously don't care what it looks like, so I'm gonna line that up and go at it. Looks like it's raining, so let me make sure my shit's all good. All right, guys, it's over there setting up. I'm mixing up some more. As you can see, there's a lot of dirt and leaves and all kinds of stuff in there. It just makes it blend with the wood, and the dirt helps it cake up real good and not be runny. And as you can see, now it's cold anyway, but as you can see, there's no, wait, yeah, it was right here. There's no drippy drip, so it's not dripping out. Last time I had a little bit drip out, not a lot, but I don't like to waste it because it's epoxy, so I like to put something in there to sludge it up a little bit. And you can see it's starting to bubble up over there. I'm gonna wait till this one starts to smoke a little bit, bubble up, and then I'm gonna pour it on there so that way it doesn't run a lot. Now I fixed the door up there. I got the pieces back in. It was a pain in the ass. I'm gonna put some more screws in that one. I've overloaded that one. You can see back in there. I'll show you up close a little bit later, but it is overloaded. I mean, it's not, I'm gonna be shoving napkins full of resin up in there, but I mean, it's not gonna, there's no way, man, it's gonna last. I mean, that's the last time. Yeah, look at that. Oof. Guys, yummy. What? There we go. Here we go, yummy. I'm still stirring it, right? You can tell I've used this cup for a lot of other stuff. A lot of other stuff. Resin's fun to deal with, man. It's fun. I mean, once you get it up in this dirt too, I mean, it brings all the sticks and stuff to the top. But it'll sure set up on you. I'm gonna wait till that one's set up a little bit more. And I'm gonna cram some more shop towel with resin on it up in there, in that crack up there. I'll show you guys what I mean. All right, there it is, guys. You can see I got it back up in there, which was the hard part. The bearings just jacked up in that little wheel. All right, guys, let's check on our resin here. Ooh, it's still a little goopy, but I'm gonna pour some on top. Be done with that one, let it set up. Pour this other on top. You can see there's no more blue paper towel. It's all brown like the wood. That's where the dirt comes in and the sand and the leaves. And then we'll do, you can see that's almost up to the top. Once that sets in, and that bottom layer, when it was almost set up, now the wood and the paper towel or the shop towel will soak in some of this, but the dirt and the cold weather is helping it kind of stay thick, really thick. And then that paper towel will soak it up a little bit. And then we'll put the third layer on, because you see this has come up to the top here. Now on a regular day, a hot day, the shit would be running all over the place. I'd have to really put more dirt in it, cake it up a lot more. But the paper towel helped, so it shouldn't be sinking out the bottom. None of it should really sink down that much. So this will be that top layer. Let's go look outside, see if it's dripping at all. Guys, we got no drips. I guess now we'll come over to this door, see if we can do something about that. How about a real-time repair, guys? Let's see what I'm going to do here. All right, I've never done this before. I've never taken one of these apart. I'm assuming the hell it's just ready to come out. I would assume this thing comes off somehow, since it seems to be wanting to come off. Just pop off, you know. Yeah, there we go. Some spots like that. All right. So, I don't know if I can fix this, but, let's see. All right. There we go. So, it's just these little things holding it in. I'll remember that next time. I can just plow it on there. All right, good. Good. Because now, we're going to get our drill. These are these screws. Let me show you. These little screws basically anchor in when you screw that in, I guess. So, I'm going to see if we can put some resin in there. All right, I drew it in. See if I can pop it back out. Wait. All right, so it worked. A little screw, I pulled it out. I'm gonna pull this other one. Ooh, do the same thing. But I'm also going to resin them. I'll be back. All right, there's some more resin left in the bottom of this little tub. So what I'm gonna do is create a little place behind the screw. I'll put this down in there. Caked up with this resin, right? On top of this screw dog. Yeah, put that in there. Put that in there. Boom. All right. And then we're gonna push this. Put a little resin on top of that. So we got some on the other side of the shop towel. Now we're gonna drip some on this side. Guys, what? That's right. And then this motherfucker is plastic back here. We're gonna glue that guy back together. This plastic part that broke, put resin all around it. It'll fit back into place. Oh, there's some resin dripping down the door. All right, let's do this. Oh, yeah. All right. We got that one in there. This one I'm going to have to shove in there a little bit. So let's hope it works. Come on now. Get down in there. Okay. Okay. Now, let's push this one in. And hopefully it works the same. Yeah, boy. So it's kind of fixed for now. We're gonna let that resin dry. Oh, look, this is what happened. Damn it, this motherfucker is, okay, that's all right. I'll show you what is broken. Okay, let me show you what's been done and what's gonna be done. All right, guys, you can see where I put the resin in there. You saw the anchor screws. I pushed it in with that paper towel soaked in resin, anchored it in. All that resin is gonna soak in that paper towel and around that screw. This one was good and in there, so we left it. This one, this was the other one. You can see the paper towel back there, a bunch of resin and dirt. So it's in there, right? And then I put resin all around the edge of this on the inside because this one was broken in there where that screw is. The screw was still in there. That part was broken off. So you can see where it's joined. It is now resined, and I'm going to cram a paper towel full of resin up in there. And then this is broken. I'm going to cover that with resin when I put the outer piece back on because these are still good. You can see where it's broken right here, right? And up in here. So I'm going to cover that with resin and a paper towel, right? All right, guys. More resin, did you say? That's exactly what I said. A little rainy on me today. I'm not cool with that. I don't really like the rain, man. I've worked in it so much in my life. You know, I'm just not with it. I have to mix up a little bit more resin. I mean, why wouldn't we? Now I just take all of this. I got to mix up some more anyway. Take all of this, put it. Oh, I'm getting it on their seat. Wipe that resin off. Somebody will get stuck. All right, guys, I had to go check. Let me wipe this resin off. Somebody will maybe a little gooey tomorrow when they go to work. All right. So when they get back in tomorrow, all this is fucking going to be set up hard as a rock, screwed back in, should be good to go. All right, guys, 2 to 1. This is how I judge it. 2 to 1. I put what I think is one big part of this. Let's see, how much do I need? Let's squish a little bit of that out of there. Oh, yeah, you can tell it's. Whew, I don't think I needed that much. Oh well, we'll use it. So I put 2. Now I'm gonna put 1. I'm gonna put what looks to be about half of what I put in there. Yeah. Anyway, you start mixing that shit up. And the epoxy is actually way thicker than the hardener. The hardener is what's gonna get mixed into the epoxy and make it, you know, run a little better. Pretty good. Now, in something like this, if you're laminating and wanting to keep the bubbles out, you wouldn't mix this aggressively. You know, there's a lot of bubbles in it now. Oh, poured a little bit out. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a lot of bubbles. Plus, you'd want to degas it, like a degasser that would take the bubbles out, or a torch. But you wouldn't want this many bubbles, and you wouldn't want to do it when it's this cold room. And you just kind of, you know, stir real slow like that. But yeah, I'm ready to rock, boys. All right, let's stir that up. I'm gonna get some dirt and put in it. Can you see it down in there? I hope you can see down in there. Yeah. Now I got some dirt. Damn, maybe I should blend that in. Will that even mix? Oh. Here we go. I'll pour some out. Damn it, I hate getting that stuff on my hands, man. I went this whole time without. And towards the end, I got some on the damn cup or something. Makes me angry. Guys. Now I don't pour it as soon as I mix it either. Where the hell is it coming from? It's ready to go. Alright, guys. Let's check this one out and see what it looks like over here. Oh! Hard, boys, hard. There's a few soft spots. You can see. It's hard already. It's set up. Alright, guys. You can see. There's a few soft spots over here, right, where it's still kind of setting up. Most of that, oh, this is a little soft over here. Most of that's hard right there. Right? Oh, look at those leaves. Yeah, got a little too much this time. But it'll fill in. We'll fill in something. All right, we're trying to get it in this hole here. Yeah. Yeah. All right, then we take the popsicle stick, kind of move it around. You know, make sure it goes in certain holes over here. The leaves and all can go just down on there. Yeah. So you take the resin itself, kind of move it around towards, okay, you see a hole there, right? Yeah. Now we want a lot of this, it's goopy, but we want it to fill in up to these cracks, right? The leaves are just, you know, that's just extra. Because those leaves, once it dries, those outside parts are going to break off and it'll just look cool, you know? It won't stay like poked out. It'll break off, and I told him that. All right, so I've kind of formed it around. We'll let it settle and I'll move it and keep moving it and blah, blah, blah. Look, there's a place over here. It's got a bunch of stuff down in it, which is good, I guess, but yeah, that needs to be filled up now before it, oh, is that nickel? Guys, I'm getting rich over here. Yeah, that needs to be filled up before it gets rotted out. It's getting wet back here. So I'm gonna pour that other stuff in there and then throw the nuts and the bolts in there with it. Because I mean, it's gonna take all this resin that I got and plus some. Come on now, there we go. Getting a little too many leaves. I grabbed too many on that one. That's okay though. It fills it in. Look at that. Nicely. Alright guys. We got done with it. Now that's not hard yet, but it will be, and it's pretty much just done. Right? Those other places will break off like I say, and it'll look nice and dark and a part of the thing. And then I got this one back here all filled in. It's ready to rock. And then, like I said, I did those two before. Those were clearer, but I sanded them down so they ended up being. And then this one back here. So I've done the back two corners. This was rotted all the way through. You can see I put some leaves in there and stuff, but yeah, once you roll over it a couple times with some stuff, it just scuffs it up anyway. So you don't see nothing but that. I mean, it'll just look like that next time I come to do something for him, maybe a little darker. Alright guys, I'm going to close up shop and get out of here. Looks like it's about to start raining on me. You can see, still haven't did all that to his truck. Now this comes like a gallon and then a half gallon because it's 2 to 1. So, that's what's up with that. Oh, let me pull this down a bit. There we go. This comes a gallon, half gallon because it's 2 to 1. And you can see how much is still left, guys. I mean, and we fixed how many holes in here. I fixed something, God, I can't even begin to think of all the things I fixed. And that was probably like $150 worth of epoxy right there. So still, you just use it forever to fill stuff. That hole back there. All right, I think I'm gonna shut this door. Anyway, we are gonna get the hell up on out of here. And I'll see you tomorrow.